Hey everyone, and welcome back to another World of Warcraft Legion beta video. Today, I will be giving you a full feature overview of the new transmogrification system, including a full look at the UI, a look at how you actually transmog, the entire outfit system, and then the specific way that you acquire different bits of transmog gear. So, first of all, let's just hit Shift P, which will bring up the various different collections. We're going to go over to appearances. That is indeed where you're going to find this tab. And let's just go over the UI now that it's fully implemented in the alpha. So, first of all, we're able to filter everything. Right now, I'm just going to enable both things that I've collected and things that I haven't collected. Now, across here, you can see various different buttons. These correspond to each slot. So we've got head, shoulders, back, chest, shirt, tabard, wrist, hands, waist, legs, and then your feet. We also have our main hand and our offhand, and you'll notice this little icon above each. That allows you to select a weapon enchantment. So the way this all works is you hit Control-click on an item, and this brings up the dressing room. And the dressing room thing itself is slightly souped up in Legion. Right now, it just says no outfit, and I'll show you the outfit system in a little bit of time. So basically the way it works for your transmog is you think about what slot you want to start off with. Usually when doing a transmog, I like to start off with the shoulders because in WoW, you know, the shoulders are so big that that's really the sort of basis of the color and sort of theme of your spec. Now, you can go through all of the different shoulders in the game pretty much in the order that they were added to the game. You can, of course, select ones that you've collected, ones you haven't collected, and then loads of different sources. So, again, that's nice, but I would like to see more. I'd like to see PvP, non-PvP. Well, actually, just the PvP tag in there would be quite nice. But yeah, more sources, or more filters there would be nice under sources, but hey, it's nice to see they're starting. And I would also like some sort of functionality to be able to roughly select by color palette. That's a feature that Mogit has. I don't think Mogit does a particularly good job, but again, that could be a handy little tool. Anyway, so you can just control-click and things to put them onto the dressing room, which is pretty cool. You can just go through all of your different slots to make yourself some form of set. I'm just going to randomly throw stuff on here for the sake of showing you how the system works. Alright, so I think that's us looking sufficiently ridiculous. Now let's have a look at weapons. So I'm just going to switch over here to a one-handed sword. We're going to apply a really basic one from the vanilla game. There we go, the Dazzling Longsword, that will do. And I can now click Weapon Enchantment, and we can select different kinds of enchantments. You can see, actually, that these do have to be unlocked. So that's pretty cool, so you'll be able to unlock these and apply them to your weapons. Yeah, there you go, Glorious Tyranny, I think that one looks pretty nifty. And then we will, in our offhand, let's just put another one-handed sword there, you know, kick it back to times when Titan Grip wasn't a thing. We'll throw on a random enchantment. Now, you might be thinking, okay, how do I save this set so I can bring it up later? Not that you would ever want to bring this set up later, but you just go here, you go to New Outfit, you give it a name, so, hello, YouTube, and now you'll be able to browse through all of them. You know, I can click on my amazing vanilla transmog. Don't worry, I'm not saying that in any seriousness whatsoever. Here's another random one I threw together when I was just tooling around with the system. Now you might be wondering, that's fine. How do I actually apply that stuff to my character? Good question. Transmog NPCs still do exist and they still are relevant. When you're out in the field, you'll be using this interface, but it is slightly different on the vendor. So here's the transmog vendor. There was a bit of worry that these guys would be out of a job, but that's not the case. If you actually want to apply one of your sets, you will still need to, you know, to actually do that. So the way this system works is you can select different slots just by clicking on them, as you can see. I'm doing here, nice and simple. There's your artifact weapon. You are able to transmog that, which is pretty cool. So as an example, I could put on this gladiator's thing. You know, we can switch these around, right? In fact, I quite like some of the gladiator gear, so let's just put as much of that on that I actually have, which I think is pretty much a full set. It seems like I don't have the legs. Do I have these? Yeah, I've got those. Yeah, there we go. So this is going to cost me 289 gold. I hit apply. And now, as you may expect, that is what my character looks like. So that's pretty much how this system works. Now you can click on an outfit, and you'll be able to instantly apply them. However, you know, these various different outfits, I haven't, you know, with some of these, I haven't unlocked all the pieces, right? So if I look at my best vanilla mog ever, what it actually looks like is, if I just open up the dressing room, best vanilla Mog, what it actually looks like is this. As you know, though, I haven't unlocked any of those pieces, so if I go up to this vendor, and I tell it to Mog me to best vanilla Mog ever, it's not going to be able to do anything. It will do its best. If I only have half of the things in that set, it will Mog me to those. But that's pretty much all that it's able to do. So this is your interface for applying transmogs. This is your interface for finding and organizing your transmogs. I actually like it. I think it's really easy to see loads of options at a glance, which is quite nice. It doesn't have the nifty little 3D thing that Mogget has, but for quickly going through a large amount of pieces and seeing roughly what they're like from a color palette perspective, yep, that's pretty good. I think it's laid out in a way that's really easy to understand, and I like what they've got going on with your main hand, you know, your weapon enhancement, your offhand, and the other enchantment for that. Overall, I think it's a pretty good UI. Hopefully, the functionality that this depends on is something that is open in the API so that mod developers such as the people behind Mogget will be able to use the sort of back-end improvements that this system brings to further enhance their mods. Anyhow, let's actually go and get some gear. So I'm going to head over to ICC and we'll farm up some ICC and I'll show you what it's actually like to acquire new gear through this system. Well then, here I am with Lord Maragar, who looks extremely imposing with the way the new action camera likes to orient things, so we'll just run in. And that's pretty much the end of him. So then, time for the actual thing that I'm here to show you. I right-click in Lord Maragar, and then if I was to click in this Shoal of Nairubian Silk, you can see we get some new text. Shoal of Nairubian Silk has been added to your appearance collection. So basically, the way that it works is whenever you pick up a visual item like that, it just gets added automatically to your transmogrification collection. And you just saw there for a second before I moused over it, you get a little bit of text which says new, so that indicates if you do a farm run, all of the new stuff that you actually got, which is a pretty nice feature. What it also means is you can just vendor this stuff. It's already been added to your collection, so the likes of Void Storage, who cares? You can just sell all of your gear, get a little bit of gold out of it. If, as an example, it's a Cataclysm 25 heroic, and yeah, it's a system where you pretty much can't lose the gear that you acquired. So we got some mail stuff and some cloth stuff. Now, the way that it works though is I'm a warrior, right? I don't use either of those things. That means they don't get added to my collection. However, if I was here on a hunter, then these hand grips of Frost and Sleet would be added to my collection. So it still doesn't matter what character that you actually go on, and you can't just do a transmog run on one character and, you know, get stuff that will apply to every character that you have. That said, this is account-wide, so my other plate characters will be able to use stuff that I have unlocked on this guy. So if I hop over here and log on to Throwaway Z, the newest rapper on the streets and just a throwaway character I made for this video, and go on to appearances, you can see here are the grips of the Raging Giant. They're here on a fresh character. Why? Because on my warrior in a previous video I went to Firelands, killed a mob, picked these up, so because it's plate, it's available to all of my other plate characters. Well, and that's him dead. We got Trogbane, and we also got a fist weapon, both of which have been added to our appearances. There's the cinematic, so let's head back to the vendor, and yeah, we'll see how that looks, and then wrap the video up. Okay, so here we are. Let's talk to this transmogrifier guy. Actually, no, let's not do that. Let's instead just look through here. So, stuff's marked with the little new icon thing. I think Trogbane, what? It's a one-handed axe? Yeah, there you go. So actually, funny enough, yeah, that axe, it sort of works with the gear that I've got at the minute. Let's just roll with that as our current transmog. A whole bunch of Blizzard artists are about to cry as I remove my artifact weapon from the transmog. So let's just make that a new outfit called Flurp. That will do. So now let's go and apply Flurp by talking to the transmog vendor. Going here, clicking on Flurp. And it does not seem to have saved. That's really odd. Actually, yeah, right now it's not letting me transmog my artifact weapon away. I'm assuming that's just something in the beta, because Blizzard numerous times have said that players will be able to transmog their artifact weapons into another appearance. But there you go, that is an overall look at how this transmog system is working, including some of the limitations and new features. Hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know if you've got any suggestions for the system. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.